All right, man. Obviously, a lot of the guys coming off the field in Baltimore, they were talking about how are we going to respond? How are we going to answer? How do you think this team's going to respond on Sunday?
I think it's, we just have to treat this week, again, a week within itself. Don't have to do anything crazy because of last week, obviously want to win this week, but don't have to overreact to the loss last week. We control, we can control. The goal is always to, play the best game we can play as Commanders, not worry about who we're playing against. I thought DQ had a great point. He was talking to me today, like, could we beat our week one selves? And I think that's just it was a great point. I've never heard it put that way, of just, improving week to week, becoming a better football team, not worrying about who we are compared to the rest of the league. Who are we compared to ourselves, and how can we, improve each week?
And to a man, that DQ question, do you think you can beat that team from week one?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the communication and camaraderie alone that develops over a 6 week when you have, I couldn't tell you the amount of new starters we have, but it's a new team, as you know. It's a lot of new players, new pieces, learning, how to block together, how to rush together. As you've seen, Jaden and Terry, that's improving week to week. So, absolutely, I think we beat the week one Commanders, which is just a cool way to put it. Never heard it that way.
Nick, you've been in this league long enough, and any given Sunday, a team can beat another team. Carolina's 1-5. Mm-hmm. Records don't matter. Do you kind of talk about that amongst each other? Like, listen, this is still a good team. You can't take these guys lightly.
Absolutely. The gap between the first team in the NFL and the 32nd is not huge. It's the reason why this is, the number one sport in America, and why people love it. It's just any given Sunday you can lose or win a game to any team. So I love that part of the game. But yeah, my prior location, we had a good season, but lost to a few teams that on paper we should not have lost to. But if you're not saying we took a week lightly or anything like that, but if you do, you can absolutely lose a game. So just taking every week within itself and playing your best game you can that Sunday.
I don't know if you saw the clip. It might be a small thing, but Andrew Wiley had an awesome pancake block in the Baltimore game. Then you see Sam Cosmi doesn't want to go celebrate the touchdown, but he comes over to Wiley, jumping up and down, celebrating the pancake block. But what does that show, kind of big picture, the cohesion, the brotherhood of this offensive line in particular, of celebrating each other's wins?
Yeah, that's such a cool clip. One, awesome block by Wiley, but the response from Sam, it just kind of, it's the coolest group, in my opinion, in sports to play with. The offensive line is such a unique part of sports, part of this game. Team success is what everyone wants. But having some individual success and some great blocks in the offensive line, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. So, against a good player like Alvin, to have a great block like that, yeah, it's just exciting. You work every day with these guys, and it's cool to have some, awesome highlight-type blocks.
And you have one of the best points of views in the huddle of watching Jaden. His poise, his demeanor, how he's grown from week one to where he is today. What can you say about this dude and how he takes everything seriously, nothing rattles him, and just the poise that he has at such a young age?
I've answered this question a few times, and every time I answer it, it's incredible to realize how much better he's gotten since 2 weeks ago when I answered this. He's an incredible professional. The way he carries himself around here day to day, it's really cool to watch him grow this quickly as a rookie. I have loved blocking for him, and the cool thing is each week, the camaraderie is there, but what's really building that camaraderie is the trust. You develop trust with the guy next to you, and then the trust that as an offensive line that we have for Jaden. If he's redirecting protections because he sees something, there's no doubt when he's making a call, switching something like that, and then knowing that he's going to understand rush lanes, and if he's got to scramble, it's a really cool trust that's developed over 6 weeks.
Cool, great. Thanks for your time as always.
Appreciate you.
Yep.